I forget how much on the show we've talked about the Disneyland gangs, but there are you wouldn't necessarily call them gangs.
Social
they call
clubs, Scott.
Social
please,
clubs.
social
Yes.
clubs.
Yeah. But there is a thought recently and a lawsuit alleging that some of the social clubs have engaged in more gang-like activity. So anyway, what is occurring is that so the head of one, according to the LA Times, the head of one of these clubs has accused another of using gangster-like tactics to collect protection money for a charity fundraiser at the park. So there's a lawsuit now, and I forget the sides, I forget who's who in this story, but the lawsuit is between the Main Street Fire Station 55 Social Club and the White Rabbits Social Club, and the flames of this feud have been lit by podcasts like this one apparently, and I don't seek to add fuel to this fire. In fact, all I want to happen is for all of these social clubs to just get along and make peace. And that's relevant to us as well, because all three of us, the hosts of the show, are all in Disneyland social clubs.
Right.
Isn't that right?
Yeah. Different clubs.
Yeah.
Yes.
We are in
Different
different clubs, and yet we put our differences aside to come together to do this podcast. And that's why we want to just encourage peace between everybody. If you guys want to talk about your groups.
Well, I'll go first. As the I'm not the head of the group, but I would say like I'm sort of the vice mayor kind of a thing. We kind of have a whole hierarchy to it, but I can't get into that. Or I could, but it would take too much time. But anyway, as a very prominent member of the Disneyland Social Club, Eeyore's Reason to Live, I want to say that these social clubs are not about anger or violence. They're about getting together with some good buddies, wearing some thick denim, some of the thickest denim that you can find, and growing a big beard as bushy and as black as it possibly can be, and just loving the park, having an adult libation or two, and just enjoying the time without having kids, and enjoying it with your other adult friends.
We can all agree.
Sorry, I was getting a little emotional
Absolutely.
here.
At
the end.
I of course, I started my social club. I founded my club, and I've been a subject of controversy in the community. Of course, I founded a group called the Uncle Orvilles, controversial from the start, because in lieu of leather or denim vests, we all wore terry cloth bathrobes with the sleeves cut off. Also controversial because Carousel of Progress has not been an attraction at Disneyland in quite some time. I was then exiled from the group in a coup orchestrated by Mike Carlson, much like he tried to snake me on our Animatronic of the Month poll. This is before he helped found Eeyore's Reason to Live. My current group that I started is known as the Jake Sullys. Again, controversial, as Avatar is not a Disney property. It is merely licensed for the World of Avatar section of Animal Kingdom. Land that does not even feature Jake Sully, but I like to think I was future-looking, future forecasting, some might say, because that 20th Century Fox merger goes through.
It's going to be big for the group.
It's going to be big for the group.
Well, look, you guys have personal beef, and yet you've been able to put it aside. And why can't the White Rabbits, the Main Street Fire Station? Probably the listeners already know, if you've explored certain corners of the park, that I run the gang that hangs out at the very top of Tarzan's treehouse. We're a Tarzan-themed gang, and we call ourselves the Edgar Rice Burrowsers. Look, I'm not saying we don't resort to some shady stuff to maintain our territory. If people are messing with us, we have had to threaten to use baseball bats to play Phil Collins drum fills on people's kneecaps. But it doesn't mean we're actually, we're just trying to maintain the territory. It doesn't mean we're actually going to commit any violent acts. And overall, we're interested in working in a spirit of harmony. And we're keeping up the motto of two worlds, one family.
Yeah, and you guys also do public service, too. You stand at the treehouse and tell people, whether they want to know it or not, that, like, look, over there, that little teacup and teapot look like Chip and Mrs. Potts from Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
all day long, you'll tell them that little bit of trivia.
We're happy to help.
I think we're all headed for like a really great really great breakthrough here as far as like talking peace and stuff. I do want to just remind everyone, stay the fuck out of Critter Country. Okay?
Whoa,
Stay the fuck out of Critter Country if you're going to, bring the whole gang there. You can come in singles and maybe pairs, but as far as the whole gang, stay the fuck out of Critter Country.
Why? Because it's your territory?
Yeah, Eeyore's reason to live. Critter Country. That's where our brother Eeyore is.
The 100-acre way. You're not wanting to lose any acreage in the 100-acre.
We always have a person or two in line to meet Eeyore at all times. So if any of our brothers sisters want to get in line to take a photo with Eeyore,
the council has talked to you about this. You can't go around making this proclamation. You know that.
I respect.
I know.
I respect wishes and territory. I don't want to rile anything up. I'd encourage you to let's all try to avoid profanity if we can.
I'm sorry.
As they are family parks, even if none of us have families.
Yeah,
but,